The third problem that Ariel's going to jump on this one, I think, majorly, is that they don't use video content. And this is something that, as Ariel has already said, is that video allows you more insight than a lot of different media. So, Ariel, do you want to jump in?
Well, to go on to our law firm case study that we're discussing, essentially, only 26% of law firms are using video in their marketing and on their website, which is just really sad.
It's a missed opportunity.
It's such a missed opportunity.
It's an opportunity, isn't it? It's a massive opportunity.
Actually, if you turn it around, it's a huge opportunity for you to go out there and to create video for your campaign. And look, those are quite low numbers for law firms, but if you look at stats around the board, video is not being used enough for the fact that video is how everyone wants to engage with companies these days. Now, the one thing I do want to say, though, is that 62% of users are likely to get negative perceptions if it's a poorly done video. So it is a mix of, it's important to get video out there, but you have to play back into who are you? Are you being seen as a luxurious, high-end, high-cost style company? Because if you're throwing up an iPhone video that's poorly done, they're not going to see you in that direction. So it's important that once you get that brand story and that personality that you're putting through your website and through your colors and your logos and etc., is that needs to be the skeleton behind a video. And we always look, when we're doing a video together, the very first thing we do is, who are you as a brand? What is your tone of voice? How should someone perceive you when we're writing that script and creating that video story? And if you're wondering, where do I start? I just said, I think one of the key things that just helps you convert is the testimonials. You get a video testimonial on your site, and it just creates that credibility and trust. The other one is that brand awareness video. So it's actually looking at, representing who your brand is, showing some people from the office, having some interviews, talking about your overall brand narrative. That's really important so they can get a full sense of who you are. And when someone's looking at a website and there's all this text, or there's a 60-second video, you can keep them on there and they'll play that video. It is a very good way to get someone to understand your brand in a short amount of time. And you're engaging a professional video production company. They're going to know how to, because I know it sounds impossible. You're like, how do I get my whole brand in 60 seconds? But you can, because you're using visuals, you're using VO, you're using music, and all that together can create that, encapsulate your brand within that time frame, which is really exciting. The other thing, though, that's very important is consistency with your video.
That was the things I was going to say, absolutely.
So I know video is expensive. So what's important there is if you strategize ahead of time and you think, what do we need for the year, for the quarter? What new services are we putting out there? What are we launching? What's coming up and what are we trying to sell? And if you do that ahead of time, you can actually film a lot of content at once, which saves you heaps of money. And then you can just edit or get the post-production company to edit the videos as you require them. So you might only need 1 or 2 days of filming and you could get 6, 7 videos from there.
I recorded all my service videos. I found that service videos was something that it was a big thing, because people often go, they get to your homepage, they get an impression of your site. I do this personally on my website, is that I have some text and then it goes into a video of me explaining what we do, how we work. And that, I know from the heat map, gets a lot of traction. People click on that button and they watch the video. But it's also then the next place they go to is my services, because they want to know, right, I'm good with Chris, I get the brand. Now they want to look services, and we have a video there too. Because then what happens is there's a way people can read my text or they can watch me explain it. And I find that is another really powerful, like Ariel said, where do we start, is a service video is actually a really good, compelling point too. And I'm not talking long. Like, I think I did it 60 seconds and I recorded, I think I recorded.
You don't want it long.
Videos.
That's actually, that alone is important.
I think I did 8 in a day and I was just, getting them out, and then they edited them and they were up, and it was a great cost and those kind of things. And so with your professional services, are you giving people that ability to not only read but watch and listen and experience the way that you're going to approach that. People feel a bit more connection with video, I feel.
But even if, let's say you're a bit of a nervous Nelly about being on camera and you don't want to be that, you think you're going to actually affect like us up here. You can go down the animated explainer route. And if you go down the animated explainer route, it actually, the sky's the limit, and you can really infuse your brand into your video because you're using your brand colors. You're using your brand fonts. You're able to kind of create this whole world, and you can use rocket ships to show about accelerating your finance, and you can really just play with it.
We've done that.
And really visualize and really visualize your service and create this whole story around it. And it's actually a really exciting way. And during our, during COVID and everything, it's a way you can jump onto this right away and actually get these services videos out there without ever having to leave the door or interact with other humans.
Sad. But it's
which is important to say at the moment. So yes, services are very important. And the other one I would say is really great, and you can get a lot of content, is educational videos.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, you have to remember, as we keep talking about, your service, what you do inside and out, and you think, oh, this is easy, you just do this and this. But to most people, they're utilizing your service because they have no clue how to do it. It's complex, it's confusing. They're worried about, how does this relate to me? What do I do? So if you look at pain points of what are the main questions I get asked all the time, what are things that usually are confusing people, and then you can just do a whole video series around that, and that's just constant content you can put on your blog, on your website, on your social media, on LinkedIn, and all of a sudden you're seen as a thought leader, you're seen as someone who cares about your audience because you're helping educate them, and you're not necessarily selling in those videos, but by educating them and by giving that content, you're essentially doing a soft sell into
and it works.
your
People
services.
trust you more.
They trust you more, and we're all back to trust and credibility when it comes to services.